something every day. Something every single day. So here's my parable that some of you have heard before I'd like to share with you. It goes way, way, way back in time to a little Chinaman. A little Chinese man over there, and he's a farmer. And he's got aspirations, and he has dreams, just like you do, right? And his dream is to change his family's life. I've had the honor, and I do call it an honor, of traveling to China 5 times on a mission trip through basketball. And you know the term, it's a whole nother world? That's an understatement. Japan, when I look at those pictures of what Mary and Richard are getting to experience, and then you go over to China, it's a third world. It's crazy. But sitting there, and when I started looking at this parable, it made total sense for my trips over there. So I want you to envision an old Chinese farmer who's got a bag of seeds in his hand. And he goes out to his farm plot, and he marks every place where he plants each one of these individual seeds that represents how he's going to change his family's life. Every single day, you're going to hear me say that a lot in this parable, every day he goes out and he waters those spots. Month after month, he's watering those spots. Not a thing showing. So he has to do something to feed his family. So around the spots, he plants vegetation to feed his family. At the end of that calendar year, and he looks at his spots, there's absolutely nothing there. It's barren ground. He scratches his head and he wonders, what have I been doing for these 365 days? The second year starts. He goes every day. The other farmers around him, they're starting to laugh at him. They're telling him he's lost his mind. At the end of the second year, he's got absolutely nothing to show for his efforts. But he pushes forward because he knows he's heard about what this will do for his family if he can succeed. But he's starting to doubt himself. His family's starting to wonder what he's doing. 2 years, and that's what his farmland looks like. The third year comes, and all the other farmers are telling him he's crazy. He's insane. He's wasting his time. But he goes every day because now he doesn't want to be shown up. He wants to show everybody else. He believes in what he's doing. He knows that he's just a water away, and he goes every single day. The other people in the village are laughing and calling him the crazy farmer. 3 years goes by, and there's nothing to show. 4 years goes by, and nothing to show. 4 years, the other farmers have quit picking on him. They quit talking about him. His family's starting to say, what are you doing, Dad? Why do you keep going out there hauling water every day? And he's the one that believes in himself. He believes in what was in those seeds. During the 5th year, he goes running into the village screaming like a lunatic. People start looking out their windows, coming out of the door, and they see it's that old farmer. He's done cracked. He's gone crazy. He done gone over. He's been out there eating too much dirt. He tells his family, come, you got to see, you got to see, you got to see. And as they go down the dirt road, and all the people in the village are filling in behind to see what's got this guy's going nuts like this. And when they get to the crest of the hill, they see their family standing around, and he's standing there, and what he sees is these plants starting to come up. 5 years later, and literally before their eyes, these plants are growing. It's called the giant bamboo tree of China. Within 6 weeks, it grows to 90 feet. His generational legacy has been set in stone because he believed in himself. And as time goes, other shoots come up. He cut them down. Do you guys understand the most valuable natural resource in China is the bamboo? And the greatest one of them all is the giant bamboo tree. Now let's think about it. What did the little man learn from this? He planted a dream. He did the things every day to make his dream a reality. He ignores the ones that said it couldn't be done. Is there anyone within an earshot of me that have listened to someone else tell you can't do it? The little farmer didn't listen to him. He pushed through his own doubts. I admitted earlier, and I don't care if you do or if you don't, but I have had doubts in times while I've been going on this journey. He kept the faith when there was no reason to keep the faith. We go through dry runs, my friends. You're going to have those days where you're going to feel as though nobody's going to join you. You're going to see people on your team that are going to come up. I told a young man earlier, two things about Ambit, two easiest things about Ambit's what? To start and to quit. But you all, and everybody who does that, and I don't like using that term quit, but everybody did that, quit watering their seeds. Look on with me. He showed others that hard work would pay off. I had plenty of people tell me I couldn't do this. And I continue to have people that tell me I can't do it. But I go back to my old athletic days. I tell this all the time, and it's kind of humorous, but it's true. My mom sat in the bleachers and watched me play many a basketball game, and she'd see me say something to the opponent, and she'd sit up there thinking I was being a great sportsman. But if you've ever played athletics, if someone makes a jump shot in your face, they usually say something about it. Or if they block your shot, they say, get it out of here. Well, you know what? You immediately go right back at them. It's called talking. Well, I won't say the exact word. I'll let Kirk say that later. But anyway, it's called talking smack. Every time someone told me that I couldn't do this, I went out and built a business to make them regret the day they never joined me in it. That was my motivation. He proved that a system worked. He had learned a system a long time ago. The system was consistent and persistent effort over time, watering a seed every day, marking the spots so he did not lose the spot. The system that you do is exactly what these top money earners you're hearing from do. And I'm here to learn. I appreciate the opportunity to share, but I'm absorbing what these people are saying because they're in places where I want to go. And I don't even feel like I've even began this. Guys, think about this. I'm telling you about a 5-year journey for a little Chinaman. And I asked this of my friends back in Tyler and my friends that get on the conference calls with me on Wednesday nights. How fast did your 2017 go by? You know, the shame of it is, days are going to go by whether we want them to or not. And while we will not invest a little bit of time in our vision of watering our seeds every day, that's beyond my comprehension. 2018 is going to go, right? 2019 is going to go. I'll share this with you real quick because as a dad I get to brag. And since I have the microphone and I'm hovering way above you guys right now, I'm going to brag. When you see something that you've put, a seed, so to speak, that you've planted in your child's mind, and you see it starting to come to reality, there's a tremendous amount of pride in that. I used to take my son with me every day when I'd go to the gym to work, even on the weekends, and as a little bitty boy, he'd go out there on the floor and he'd play for hours until I got ready to leave, and even when I got ready to leave, he wasn't ready to leave, but he had to leave because I was the one driving. And he complained all the way home. Well, he got good enough that he went to play college basketball. And he's at Stephen F. Austin, the Cinderella School in basketball the last several years. And his freshman year, he had a severe knee injury and splintered a ligament that caused him to make a critical decision that he didn't want to make, and that was to retire from basketball. So he called me up whenever he was going through it, and he said, Dad, I've been praying about it. I've talked to the coaches, but I got to talk to you because I don't want to disappoint you. I said, stop right there, Pug. Caleb, I call him Pug. If you saw his nose, you know why. But anyway, I said, stop right there, little man. You're never going to disappoint me, but the one thing I want to make sure that you do is that you value your education that I am paying for. And he goes, Dad, I got a goal. I said, what is it? He said, I want to go to law school. And I said, wow. Thank goodness you're not going into education. Wow. He's made the president's list the last 3 years. He'll graduate on May the 12th. Yesterday, he was at St. Mary's University School of Law for a visit. And for the first time, the dean can remember the day he showed up, the day they gave him an acceptance letter to their School of Law yesterday. You know what he did every day? Every day he was in the library. Every day he's been in the library because he knew he had to get a GPA up to get accepted into law school. Every single day he's gone to work, and the other day he told me before he and his mother left, what he told me that touched my heart was, I've watched what you've done every day, working 2 jobs full time to give me a chance to go to college, and I owe that back to you. Guys, people are watching what we're doing. So I want to ask you these questions. What are you willing to do to make your dreams a reality? What are you willing to do to make your dreams a reality? How long are you willing to work this business? Are you in this for the long haul? Time's going to go by anyway. 9 years and 2 months ago, I made a decision to join this company to make $400 to surprise my daughter with a car. If you would have told me 9 years and 2 months ago, Coach, join this business and you're going to become a millionaire, I wouldn't have ever joined, and I would have had you drug tested. Persistent, consistent effort over time on a daily method. How long are you willing to take action? Are you willing to overcome the ones that say you can't do what you're doing? Are you really willing to give an effort that's worthy of what you deserve? My friends, it's about this. It's about you. It's about you and you. It's about you guys, and you guys. It's not about Ambit. Ambit doesn't ask anybody to be your customer, do they? And Ambit doesn't ask anybody to join you in business, do they? So if it's meant to be, it's up to. I would like everyone to say that oath. If it's meant to be, it's up to. Thank you very much.
So, Coach, I have a question for you. If you actually stand on stage, can you touch the ceiling? Who wants a $50 bet on that? Thinks he can or can't?
Can I jump?
Without jumping, but yeah, he can get it. He can do it. I think he can do it. All right, give it up for Coach.